Hi there. This is Michelle Whitman. I'm just going to go over the syllabus real quick. Please make sure you make note of a few things and you download the syllabus to your computer. So as I'm going over, this is spring 2014 spreadsheets or Excel for 3 credit hours. You're either in the OS or CIS department of 133. This course is the same. It does not matter which class you're in. The class is online. The start and end dates are, it starts on Monday, January 13th, and it will end somewhere around the 16th. And your instructor's name is Michelle Whitman, that's me. I have online office hours only, and I am not on campus, like I said in my introduction video. So please remember that you will email me at michelle.whitman@kishwaukeecollege.edu or visit me during my online office hours on Monday nights from 8 to 10, Tuesdays that should say 8 to 9 p.m., Wednesdays 8 to 9 p.m., or Thursday 8 to 9 p.m. Those are all the same. I don't have an office phone because I'm in Arizona, so again, the way to contact me is michelle.whitman@kishwaukeecollege.edu. Please, please, please do not email me through the D2L. I will send you an email back that I won't accept that, and to email me through the regular email. All right, so what is this? This is a course in the concepts and fundamental operations of a spreadsheet. We are going to be using Office 2013 to do this. The topics here usually are how we enter data, how do we do formulas, functions, linking, charts, formatting, analysis, sharing data, so on and so forth. This class is 2 hours lecture, 2 hours lab a week, which basically means that you will spend about at least 2 hours reading the chapter and then 2 to 4 hours doing your homework. All right? You don't have any prerequisites for this. Basically, what are we going to learn? These are student learning outcomes, how to navigate, edit, save, and print a data in a spreadsheet, format the data, create various formulas and functions, and included in that are ranges, charts, tables, and what-if tools, and then auditing and validating workbook data, consolidating and linking it, using data commands, and then doing some advanced work like this, importing and exporting data, and then making pivot tables and pivot charts. We will be using an ebook this semester. It's the first time doing that. If you would like a paper copy, you can always look up this book. It's by Wiley, Excel 2013 by Wiley, and the book itself is an ebook. If you don't want to buy that at the bookstore and get a paper copy, you can feel free to do that. I can send you the ISBN number for a paper copy. Otherwise, there'll be an ebook that is much cheaper than a paper book, and I'm trying to save you guys as much money as possible. There's also a geometrics card that you'll need, but you won't need it till the end of the semester. So if you are short on money, you don't need it for a little while. It is $20, but it is your final. Your final is on there. You have to take an exam on there. There are some practice exams, but you'll have to take an exam on there and turn in your work from that for your final exam. Breakdown. We have homework and circle backs. So homework is about worth 100 or 850 points. It's most of the percentages of the work that you do is sending me your homework. Circling back is just a way of going back and showing me that you understood the information. It's just a final kind of going back and reinforcing what we learned. Final project's worth 200 points, and then the geometrics final is worth 200 also. So a total of 1470. We have total points here is 1470. You can see it just goes in a 90, 80, 70, 60 scale, and everything is pretty kosher there. As I come down, you can see that each week we have something to do. So for week 1, you're going to read chapter 1 and you're going to complete the knowledge assessment on, and that's all that you have to do for chapter 1. That's it. There is no homework. You can do what's at the end of the chapter, but there are no files that you have to turn in or grade. Knowledge assessment, when I say KA, knowledge assessment equals the quiz that's out there. So there's a quiz and it's called the KA knowledge assessment, and so you'll do that for chapter 1, and it's 10 questions long, and you have I think it's 10 minutes to finish it. It shouldn't take you very long. And there's true false multiple choice, fill in the blank kind of questions there. All right, so that needs to be done by January 23rd. You'll notice that's the next week. All of our work is always going to be due on Thursdays, so Thursdays by midnight. So you need to have that quiz in for knowledge assessment in by Thursday night. Then the next week, Chapter 2, complete the knowledge assessment, which would be the quiz. But then at the end of your chapter in your book, you have competency assessment, proficiency, and mastery. And there are several exercises there. So from now on, those will be just called CA, PA, and MA. And you need to have those finished and uploaded in the Dropbox by January 30th. So you have Chapter 2, working on uploading those files. I have a further video on how to do that in the orientation, so I'm not going to go over that for too much because I have a video on how to do that. You can see that we have then Chapter 3, you do that, Chapter 4, Chapter 5. Once you get to Chapter 5, you also have something called circling back, and it is at the end of Chapter 5, there's another extra few pages where you'll do some projects called circling back, and it just covers Chapters 1 through 5 so that I could see that you have completed those skills. They're worth a little bit more points, but that is also due at the same time your homework is due on Chapter 5. All right? So then we have Chapter 6, 7, 8. We have a week for spring break, so you have an extra week where you don't have anything due. You notice that your Chapter 8 work isn't due till after you get back from spring break, so you have a little bit longer time to work on Chapter 8. But Chapter 9 is due, and then you have a full week to work on the circling back after Chapter 9, which will cover Chapters 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then we have 10, 11, 12, 13. Notice we have another week to do the circling back for Chapters 10, 11, 12, and 13. I set this up because the information that you're doing from Chapters 1 through 5 is very easy, but once you start getting out to 6, 7, 8, and 9, it's going to take you a little longer to finish that circling back, so I give you a full week to do it. Same thing on week 15, I give you a full week to work on the circling back projects. Then you also have to complete a final project and your geometric projects by 5/14. All of your work is due by 5/14. No late work there. Okay, I can't do it because I have to turn in my grades by the 16th for sure. So I need a couple days to grade those projects. Please do not turn them in late. They are due by midnight on the 14th. As I'm coming through, I just want to go over my makeup policy. First thing is that you're going to have access to a computer that has Microsoft Office 2013. I will go over how you do that in the data files portion, the next video, so I will talk about Microsoft Office 2013 in that video. But other than that, please have some kind of access to computers and the internet so that you can turn it in. Computer issues will not be accepted as an excuse for late work because you can come to the college to work on your files. There are plenty of rooms that have Office 2013 in them. You can work in the computer lab, you can work in the classrooms, A1365, A1364, A1363, the lab A1370. The big computer lab will have several computers that have it on there, and then I think there's also a few computers that have it in the Learning Skills Center. So I'm not going to accept any excuses that your computer didn't work. D2L will be used for submission of your homework. So make sure that you are uploading in the Dropbox, and I will have a video on how to do that, so please watch the video. Syllabus changes. If we have something happen or something goes on, we may have a syllabus change, and I will send that to you by email. Also, homework quiz exam policy. All homework is due on the date stated in the syllabus and on D2L. You have 1 week to turn in late homework for half the points. After week 1, after 1 week, homework will not be accepted. And that includes all projects, everything. So circling back projects, except for your final, I can't take that late. If you are going to turn in homework late, I must receive it by 1 week by email at michelle.whitman@kishwaukeecollege.edu. Please, and I can't emphasize this enough, do not turn in your files on D2L. If you turn your files in there, I will not grade them. So you must turn them in by 1 week at michelle.whitman@kishwaukeecollege.edu. Your final project and your geometrics must be turned in by May 14th, or I will not accept them. Absolutely no excuses. So you have plenty of time to get it done. I will not accept them. If you are not attending or doing any work in this course by the midterm, I look about a week ahead of time, and if you have not turned in enough work for me to consider you actively pursuing the course, I will send you an email that I am dropping you for the course. I must hear back from you within 24 to 48 hours so that we can set up something. But other than that, mostly I will not accept late work. So if you haven't turned 3 or 4 weeks of homework in, I can't think that you will pass the course. And so I will withdraw you from the course. But I will not do that without sending you an email. And so if you haven't received an email, you are still in my course. So do not depend on me to withdraw you. After that midterm date, if you drop out of sight, you are still in my course, and it is your responsibility to withdraw from the course. I will not withdraw you from it. So if you are not doing well after the midterm, it is your responsibility to withdraw from the class. If you withdraw, I will not give you a W or anything like that. It is up to you to withdraw. I also will not give an incomplete unless there is like a documentation of a hospitalization, your hospitalization, and I'm not saying someone in your family's hospitalization. So this must be something that's happening to you. Other than that, you must withdraw from the class, okay? So I must have documentation for an incomplete. I don't give them very often. Class cancellation, we won't have any class cancellations because we don't have weather to worry about. If you are having problems with your computer, you must make arrangements for that, or please send me an email. Academic dishonesty. If I find that you are not doing your own work, I will send you an email. I will give you a 0 for that assignment. If I catch it more than once, I will send you to the dean and recommend expulsion from the course. I want to make that very clear. We've had many issues with this last semester, and I will have a 0 tolerance policy this semester for files that are not your own. I hope you understand that. I don't mean to be very angry about that, but when I found that several students were cheating, I, at this point, will not tolerate it. So if I find 2 files that are the same, I will send it back to you stating a 0. You will get a 0 for that assignment. If I catch it again, you will be sent to the dean. Copyrighted materials, you will be using some copyrighted materials, especially if you're at the college. Please note that you have to follow the rules for that. Assistive resources. If you have a documented disability or special learning need and want to request accommodations, you need to contact Ann Wilson in either room A1317 or at her extension at the college 3960. She will contact me about that, and we will make appropriate accommodations for you. Learning Skills Center. You can go there to use the computers there. Please note that they probably do not have tutors for that, so please come to my office hours if you're having a hard time. Lastly, please use your student email. This is the way that I contact you, and that's the way that the college will contact you. I will not contact you through D2L. So please note that you should be checking your student email. And that should be about it. If you have any questions over this syllabus, please contact me at michelle.whitman@kishwaukeecollege.edu.